everyone. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and choosing to listen to me yap about a group that I am very passionate about. Uh, Not only my favorite K-pop group ever, but just my favorite group in the music industry ever. Um, if this is your first time here on my channel and you haven't seen me before, that's because I am new. And this is my first video that I am recording for this channel. Um, I am a bundle of nerves right now. I promise you that right now, I'm probably on the couch somewhere in home, and I'm biting my nails, and I'm having wave after wave of anxiety attacks. Uh, because I am very much that person who is in the background usually. I don't really say much. If you know that, like that gif or that meme of Homer Simpson just like backing off into the bushes, that is me. Okay. Because I'm just like I don't like being the center of attention, and I definitely don't like a camera in my face. So this is going to be a totally new experience for me. But I wanted to do this and I wanted to create this channel because I feel like it's high time for me to really um create a space for myself and maybe for other people in the fandom. Um, and you don't even have to be a part of the fandom. You could just be a fan of the boys and of the art and their songs. And just create a space where we can kind of like really discuss their music. I wanna be a content creator, and I wanna be a reactor who not only watches their music video or listens to their discography, um, not only giving praise to, the surface level aspects of the songs and of the music videos, but also that in-depth analysis as well. Because we all know we can go online and react to the music video and say, oh, they're so gorgeous and I like the song or I dislike it and, peace out. Like, no, I mean, great if you wanna do that. I watch reactors who are like that, but I kinda want it to be different and give really that in-depth analysis and critique of their music because for me, music is just another form of art, and art is how you see it and interpret it. And for me, I am a visual artist, so I see art in everything, literally everything. Um, and so um, a little bit about me is like music is life. Music is my lifeline. Music has always been a part of my life, um, all the way back to when I was a child and my mom had these vinyl records. I am not as old as vinyl. I'm just saying my mom had vinyl records from back in her day, and we still had a vinyl player, a record player. And so I remember putting on the vinyl records, and the first band that I discovered on vinyl was Journey. Oh my God. I was in love from the first moment I heard Journey. And then the second artist that I listened to on vinyl was Prince. And then from there, I was done. Like music was it for me. And I had and I still have insomnia, but even as a child, I had insomnia. And I discovered that the only way that I could sleep throughout the night was to listen to music. It didn't matter what kind of music, I just needed music on in the background. So, like I said, music has always been a part of my life. It's literally saved me from the depths, the depths. But anyway, so I wanted to dedicate this channel mainly to Stray Kids and their music and the rest of the content that they come out with. So not only will I be reacting to music videos, but I'll also be reacting to Skiz Code episodes, um, any reality shows that they might go on, any interviews that they might do, dance practices because I love dance as well. I love dance. And just like maybe some Stray Kids Talker episodes too. So we're just going to be diving right into Stray Kids because God knows they have enough content to last you like 30 years. With watching something new every single day, like you would be set for 30 years. So that's what we're going to be doing on this channel. And then just a few housekeeping things. Um, First and foremost, this is my channel, okay? This is my channel that I created. I'm putting in the work to watch this stuff and to critique it and to edit my videos and do all that stuff. So, what I do on my channel is my decision. What I say on my channel is my opinion. And um, I will never be disrespectful to the guys. I will never be disrespectful to the music. I am not one of those people that is gonna like every single song that they come out with, um, because, I mean, I feel like that's just real life. Like, even your favorite artists, you are not gonna jive with every single thing that they release. I will say 98% of the stuff that they come out with, yes, I love, and it's on my playlist. But there are a few songs where, and I'm sure in the future too, where I'm gonna be like, okay, I respect the music, I respect the lyrics and the meaning behind the song. It's just probably not gonna be up there for me with my favorites. And if I do not like something, it's not gonna be, "Oh, I hate it," and then I move on. It's gonna be like, "Okay, I'm not really feeling this, because of A, B, C." It's gonna be constructive criticism. It's gonna be a constructive critique. Like, that's just how I am. If you do not agree, that is your prerogative. Like, I don't expect everyone to agree with me, with my interpretation of songs, of their songs, but that's my opinion. Again, that is art, and art is how you see it. It's how you interpret it. It's your opinion. And I'm very happy for us to just agree to disagree and move on peacefully, you know? Another thing that I want to say is that I am not taking requests to react to other groups or solo artists in the K-pop industry or in the industry alone. I am very aware that other K-pop groups exist. Stray Kids is not the only K-pop group that I listen to. I listen to a lot of other artists, groups, solo artists. I mean, like I said, music is my life, and Stray Kids is not my entire life. So I mean, my playlist, my K-pop playlist is about 48 hours long, like literally 48 hours long. So yes, I'm well versed in K-pop, but like I said, this channel is going to be mainly for Stray Kids. I am also not taking requests on what Stray Kids content to watch. Um, I will get around to it. Trust me. This channel is not a start my Stray Kids journey with me. It is continue my Stray Kids journey with me because I'm already very well acquainted with Stray Kids. Um, I've been a fan of theirs since 2021. So, I already know all their names. I've already watched the survival show. I've already watched Kingdom. I've already watched a good amount of the Skiz Code episodes, though I'm like 50 episodes behind. Um, and like I said, I do want to talk about the Stray Kids Talker episodes, because I really haven't watched many of those. And I also want to watch some behind the scenes stuff, like their music videos. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of content that I'm going to be reacting to. Don't request it because I'm not gonna like pay attention to it. Sorry. I have my list and I'll get to it. Trust me, I'll get to it. Um, I ask that everyone, the 10 people that watch this video, I ask that you all be respectful in the comments. We're all here for the music. We're all here for the guys. So let's just respect one another. And if we disagree or we agree, let's just be mature enough to have those conversations if a conversation needs to be had, and then move on. The last thing that I want to talk about is that I swear like a sailor. So if you don't like a lot of cussing, then maybe I am not the reactor for you. Otherwise, I will be cussing my ass off probably, but I will try to keep it. I will try to keep it, under control relatively. Okay, so moving on to why we're here today, and that is to discuss how I got into Stray Kids. Now, I know that you don't know me from Adam. There are probably 30 people in this entire world who know who the hell I am. And that's perfectly fine with me. I'm okay with that. Trust me. And it's not sarcasm at all. Um, but I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to maybe if you're a fan of the guys to see how someone else got into their group and discovered them. So I think how I'm going to do this today is I'm going to break this down into three parts. And the three parts are going to be three important days. Now, for me, I've lived long enough, not that long, but I've lived long enough to develop the belief that everything in life has meaning, that there is nothing that happens in this life where there's not some type of meaning or lesson behind it. Um, that's just how I am. I've just seen too much. I've heard too much. Uh, I I know that everybody has their problems. There are people who've had it rough. I too have had it very, very rough. Um, and I say that kind of casually, but I mean every word of that. Like I've not had an easy life. And like I said, I've been around long enough. I've been around enough to know that everything has meaning and everything has a purpose. And that's how I feel with Stray Kids. Um, so the first day that I'm going to talk about is the day that I discovered Stray Kids. Now, I got into K-pop in 2019. I was heavy into EXO and NCT and Shiny and Blackpink and other groups and solo artists in the K-pop industry. Fast forward to 2021, I had pretty much exhausted um, all the discography for all the groups that I just listed and more. I watched all of their content online, and there was just nothing else for me to see or hear. So I decided just one day, randomly, that I was going to maybe expand my horizons and open myself up to discover one group, just one. And so I remember being at home on that day in bed, and I was on YouTube, and all I did was type K-pop in the search bar. And I was scrolling through the results, and I don't know what it was about this thumbnail that stood out to me because if you know the thumbnail for Thunderous, this is the video that I watched, that it's just, it's just a thumbnail. Um, and so I I clicked on it, and if you haven't seen Thunderous, unacceptable. Pause this video right now, go watch it, and then come back, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So if you've seen Thunderous, it starts off with this beautiful animation, and I'm immediately confused because the thumbnail was not animated, and I love anime, by the way. Um, this thumbnail was not animated, and I was completely confused, and I was like, what is happening?" And then we get your bintro, okay? Well, it's just all aggressive for no reason at all. Um, And I'm immediately hooked, hooked. And the song starts and this beat is grimy. Like it's good. It is good. And I was like, what is happening right now? I'm like super, super confused. And I listened to the song, and then this long, blonde haired, androgynous looking fellow who is beautiful yet masculine at the same time opens up his mouth. And there's this deep ass Barry Manilow type voice that comes out. And again, I'm confused. And I'm just, this whole song is just me being in a trance, hypnotized, confused, yet elated at something that sounds different from the norm. And the song, I swear I didn't blink the entire time. The song ends and I'm just sitting there. No words, no thoughts, just what? Just what? Um, so I immediately take it back to the beginning and I watch the song again, and this time with subtitles. Literally, with the subtitles, the song takes on a completely new meaning. And for me, I love writing. I love writing poetry, short stories. I like writing songs. Um, and I like interpreting them just as much. Um, I love breaking down lyrics, breaking down poems, and unpacking what each line, each word means. And then coming up with, a a synopsis or whatever, just an overall meaning behind um that piece of work. And so I'm like, okay, I read the lyrics to Thunderous and watch the music video again, and I'm like, all right, this might be a contender here for a new artist that I get into. So I said, all right, let's try this again. Let's try another song. So you know how they have the suggested videos at the bottom or the side, depending on whatever device you're on. So there's another video and of theirs, and I click on it, and it's God's Menu. Yeah, another bentro, aggressive, coming in for no reason, chaos in the background, and then choreography. And I'm just like, holy shit. And the thing with Thunderous and also the thing with God's Menu is the the visual effects alone. The way that the music video is put together, the transitions, it's just seamless. It's beautiful. The costume designs, the I mean, the locations that they choose to record, magnificent. It's just everything about these music videos is thought through and planned thoroughly and accordingly. And I'm just completely floored by that alone. Then we get to the choreography, which I love dance. I love dance, and um, I used to dance, and I have an appreciation again for that type of art. So seeing the choreography, seeing how synchronized they are, and how they hit the beats, and it's just, and then the costume designs. Um, I love fashion. Like I love uh, putting together a good outfit, and I also appreciate a good outfit as well. So the costume designs for each of these music videos, beautiful. And the thing with Stray Kids is that with their clothes, they are always on point. Always. I don't know who their stylist is, but my God, like they are always on it. Um, And then we get to the actual production of the song. Again, music is life. Like, I listen to every layer that I can with a song, just just with my headphones or my earbuds, and I listen to a song over and over again, this and each time trying to pick out a different layer of the song and of the production. And then getting down to the lyrics. The lyrics themselves, that is the bread and butter of for me. Is like, that is the meaning of the song, because a song can be, like, the sound of it, yes, can be, strong, but when you are listening to a different language and you're not quite sure what they're saying, once you turn the lyrics on, or if you pull them up online and you read along with the beat, it's just, for me, I don't know, the lyrics and the beat, like, just they just go hand in hand. Um, and so all of that together makes this beautiful pot of just perfection. And that's what I got with Thunders and God's Menu. And I'm not gonna say one was better than the other, because they're both amazing in and of themselves. I cannot stress that enough. Um, so once I listened to God's Menu 8 times, I moved on to, the next song, and I was like, "Okay, let's try 3 for 3." So then I clicked on just a random 3rd song, Backdoor, Backdoor. And I was like, "Alright." So I listened to Backdoor, and I was like, "Okay, I'm all sorts of signed, sealed, and delivered by this point." Like, this, it's safe to say that, this group is gonna be the group that I get into. I had no idea what was in store for me. So, the first date that I'm gonna talk about where things, transformed for me is that day that I discovered Thunder is God's Menu and Backdoor. I discovered the guys. And so, I was like, "Okay, if I'm gonna be getting into their music, I really wanna learn a little bit about them. Like, how did they come about? When did their group form? What label are they under? Like, what do they stand for? What message do they send to their fans? What is their fandom called? Basic stuff." And so the first date that I'm going to talk about is the day that I decided to give another group a chance and I discovered Stray Kids was the same day that Thunder is dropped. Okay? It's not that mind blowing. It's not that transformative. It's the least transformative thing of the three days that I'm going to talk about. But discovering them on the day that Thunders dropped was ironic. It was a bit ironic. Um, and the irony of these days is not lost on me. Okay. Like I said, there's meaning behind everything. I know there is. You cannot convince me otherwise. So I discovered the kids, and I know they're grown men, and I'm gonna talk about them like they're grown men, but Stray Kids is their name, so I'm gonna also call them kids. Um, the irony of discovering the kids on the day that dropped was, you know, kind of weird. The second day that I'm gonna talk about is a day that was super transformative for me, and there's no way you're gonna get it without me giving you a little bit of background first. So for my entire life, I have never known what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, my career path, or well, that was a weird sound. Sorry. Or my purpose. I didn't know where I belonged. And for 20 something odd years, this is going to sound very dark, but I just felt like a waste of space. And I just also felt this constant pressure of trying to figure out what to do. And it all started in grade school back when, they ask you, "What do you wanna be when you grow up?" Well, I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. And it changed every week, because one day I wanted to be a vet, and the next day I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a nurse the next day, or a doctor, or a teacher. I wanted to fucking plant trees and pick strawberries. Like, I literally wanted to plant trees and pick strawberries. Those are jobs, by the way. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. And just feeling that constant pressure and watching your friends and your classmates figure it out before you, and for them to be like well on their way into their schooling and into their careers and on their path was really like unmotivating for me. And it was just very frustrating. And so I did work, like, I worked a lot, I worked through college, and I graduated from college, with my bachelor's, but I knew that the area that I graduated in, that's not what I wanted to do. That was just pressure put on me, to go to college and to pick something and to see it through. So, that's what I did. So I worked, but I knew the jobs that I worked at were not for me. They were unfulfilling. I didn't feel like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And people would be like, "Well, what do you like to do?" I was like, "I don't know. I mean, I can tell you more of what I don't like to do than what I do like to do." Um so anyway, being 20 something years old and still not knowing what to do, was very, I mean, I was really getting at that point in my life where I was just like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll just work. Um, I'll just work at these random places and do these random things, and maybe I'll just stumble upon it one day, maybe. I don't know. So, the second day I'm going to talk about is the day that the guys debuted. And if you are, familiar with that, they debuted on March 25th, 2018. Um, and so that was a transformative day for them. And so when I was reading up on them and sort of finding their background and seeing what they were about, I read that day, March 25th. And I was like, March 25th, March 25th. Why does that day sound so familiar to me? What is it? What is it? And when my brain gets hooked on something, I gotta find out. Like, if I don't know the answer, I gotta find out. I already have insomnia, so I this would just be another thing on my mind that would keep me up at night, and I just don't need that extra stress in my life. So I was looking around and I was like, what is it? What is it? And I go online and I go on the website that my current job is under, like, their website. And what I do for a living is I work at the fire department. I work at my fire department, and I love serving my community and giving back and helping those in need, and being there for them on possibly one of the worst days of their lives. Um, and I love doing that, and I've been doing that since 2019. And that is the career that I found and stumbled upon. Is literally like I was working randomly at these random places and stumbled upon the fire department, and I've been there ever since. And that is where my career is, and that's where my future is right now. So, and that was a transformative day. That's the day that I found my purpose. Anyway, so I was looking back at Stray Kids, and this is all gonna circle around. I promise, it's all gonna circle around. Um, I was trying to figure out what March 25th meant, and like I said, I was looking online underneath my fire department's website, and don't ask me how I stumbled upon it. I just did. Um, but I found my hire date. My hire date was March 25th. March 25th. And I was like, first of all, bingo, found it. I can rest a little easier. Secondly, holy shit. What? Um, and this is just like another one of those, what does it mean? Was because there are 364 other days out of the year that they could have debuted, right? Or 364 other days out of the year that I could have started my career. This transformative day for me that changed my life, that changed the trajectory of my life was on this day, March 25th. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I was like, the irony, the irony is not lost on me. Okay. There's meaning behind it. I'm not overreading. I'm not looking too much into it because this just doesn't happen common. This is not common. Okay. So I was like, what is the meaning? Maybe the meaning at this point in time, I'm thinking, is for me to just stay on the path that I'm on. Maybe the path that I'm on is the right path, and I'm gonna keep to it. And I'm gonna keep getting into the music for Stray Kids, and I'm gonna stick with them as well because maybe they are a part of the sign, right? Or the meaning. So yes, March 25th, important day, transformative day. All right, ironic, cool. The third day that I'm going to talk about is the heaviest day, and actually, it's the most recent day. Again, I can't explain it to you without kind of getting mm, a little bit personal about myself. So, my aunt, my mom's sister, raised me. My mom's still alive, but my aunt very much raised me from infancy to my teenage years. When I got into my teenage years, she started to get sick and her health began to decline steadily over the years until um, she just couldn't take care of herself anymore and she needed around the clock care. And so, um, fast forward to several years later, she got very sick and she ended up in the hospital. She was actually on life support, breathing machine. She was unresponsive and according to the doctors, she wasn't coming back from the state that she was in. Um, and her health was getting worse and worse, literally by the hour. Um, And the doctors sat us down. We were in the hospital. They sat us down and they said, this is not going to get any better for her. And you have a decision to make. You can keep her on life support, um, or you can decide to let her go. So it was her biological daughter, me, and two other family members in the room with her. And we decided that we were going to let her go. It was very much one of those situations where if you love someone so much, if you care about their happiness, their well-being, their quality of life, if you if you love them that much, then you have to know when to let them go. And we kind of came to that decision like we love her. She's done so much for all of us. She has been a pillar in this family. And as much as we wanna hold on, as hard as we wanna hold on to her, her body is here, but she is already gone. Um, so we decided to let her go, and we said our goodbyes to her, and we watched her take her last breaths. I can say this not casually, but just kind of void of emotion, just because um, it happened several years ago, first of all. And secondly, I'm very good at disassociating. Okay. It's part of my job. I'm literally trained to disassociate. Um, and I'm also refusing to cry in front of the camera on my first my first video. It's not gonna happen. But anyway, so the day that she passed was a transformative day for me. It was very, very important. It's a day that I think about quite often, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. So that was a day where, again, my life changed. Getting back to Stray Kids, I promise this is all gonna come full circle. Um, recently, I went to the Stray Kids concert, Arlington. I went both days. There will be a video about that because that shit was wild. Um, anyway, so fast or not fast forward, but rewind several months prior to the concert. The tickets went on sale, and we all know how Ticketmaster is. I was stressing out about that shit before I even logged into the site. But I hadn't kept up with the world tour dates, like, for the North America leg of the tour. So I had no idea what day they were gonna be performing in Texas. I just knew they were gonna be in Texas somewhere. So I log into the website for Ticketmaster, and I scroll down till I find Texas. And at that point in time, they only had the 1 day for Texas, and then they completely sold out that day, and then they added the 2nd day later on. Um, so there was only 1 day at that time for Texas, and it was in Arlington. And I live in Texas, about 4.5 hours away from Arlington. So I was like, "It doesn't matter what day it is, I'm going. I'm going." Um, and I look at the day for Arlington, and it says June 6th, and I'm thinking, "June 6th, June 6th, June 6th. What is it? Why does that day sound familiar to me?" And I'm like, "June 6th, the day that my aunt passed, the anniversary of her passing is the day of their concert. 364 other days out of the year that this concert could have occurred, and it occurred on the anniversary of her passing." I was like, "You've got to be fucking shitting me right now." I was literally swearing up and down because usually on that day, if I'm working, I'll take off from work and I'll go. Like, I like hiking and running and rock climbing, strength training, dancing. Like, I'm into everything. I'm a very active person. And I will literally leave the city. I'll take off on that day and I'll leave the city and I'll go on a hiking trail somewhere in the middle of nowhere with no cell signal. And I'll hike to the top of a mountain. Like, I literally will do that. Um, and it's not a day where I just go like break down somewhere, but it is a day where I choose to want to get away from society and remember her in solitude, in peace, um, and mm, sort of like just look back on the memories that I have of her, even several years after her passing, and just think about the good times. So, excuse me. Um, that's what I usually do on that day. And I was like, what is the meaning? What is the purpose? Because I really want to go to this concert. And this is the only day available right now. And so I was like, the meaning. Okay. Maybe the point or the meaning behind this is for me to turn this day of mourning into a day of celebration. And who better to celebrate her memory with then my favorite group ever, whose music has gotten me through the shittiest, most terrible days, whose music has given me motivation to get to the top of those mountains, whose music has pushed me to be able to get to 6 miles. I've never been able to run 6 miles straight in my life, but their music motivates me to do that. Their music motivates me to study. Their music inspires me to write and to create and to dance. Um, I mean, their music has been a staple in my life, and I can't stress enough, like, if I'm not watching something, I'm listening to music, and I listen to their music daily. Even if it's just one song, it's them. It's them. Um, and so I was like, "Okay, maybe that's the meaning. Maybe I need to go and change what I do on this day." So I buy the tickets. And for the first day, because I went both days. When they opened up the second day, I was VIP floor seats. We're gonna talk about the Arlington concert. I swear to God, we're gonna talk about it. Um, but that first day, I was general admission floor seats. I was on the side of the stage, and for that stadium for Globe Life, um, the pit section on the side of the stage was a little bit bigger than the pit section in the front of the stage. So on the side of the stage is a bigger section for the pit, and then the section that separated the pit and the floor seats where they started was a bit bigger as well. So, and in the floor seats, I was 3 rows back, and I'm fun sized. I'm pocket sized. Okay, so the they weren't gonna see me because I had two more rows in front of me where um, we had taller people that were kind of obstructing my field of vision. But that's okay. So they weren't gonna see me. But if I could have, I would have created a sign that told them thank you for getting me through that day because they have no idea. They have no earthly idea what that day meant to me because not only did I go to this concert on the day, like the anniversary of her passing, I was there alone and I didn't have anybody with me. Not only that, this was my first K-pop concert ever. Not only that, this was my first concert ever. And the different kinds of emotions that I was feeling that day, I again, I can't describe, I can't put into words. What I can tell you is that seeing these songs come to life with your own eyes live in front of you is something else. And being in the stadium, sharing this space with fans and also with the artists themselves, seeing their beautiful stage outfits, the beautiful stage, the choreography, hearing the vocals, seeing the band, and just really feeling the music so much so that the beat is just like coursing through your body, through your veins. The the bass, the everything like is so strong. The air is charged. It's electric, so loud that the screens on the walls are shaking. Like the monitors, the TV monitors on the walls are shaking from how deep these these instruments, like this bass, like the music was just pumping. To turn this day of mourning, to turn these memories, the memory of her in and on this day and put it into this music. Music that has gotten me through the best of times and the worst of times. To put it into that and to transform it and turn around and sing and dance, jump up and down, feeling the music live as it is getting me through this day of mourning. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell it. I cannot. I cannot. um and so yeah, I wish I had a sign that I could hold up that they would have seen that said thank you for for that. You have no idea what it meant to me. And after the concert, I was driving home. I got home at like 3:30 in the morning, by the way. Um, I was totally just on cloud nine. And I was just so thankful that I didn't spend that day alone and in solitude. I'm happy that I was surrounded by love. Not love for me, but love for the music, love for this art, love for the band. And that love just enveloped me and it baptized me and bathed me. It bathed me in the Stray Kids waters, you know? And I was just so happy. Like I was just so happy. It was really it was a dream that it came into reality and I was like, "Man, there's nothing like it." And the second day that I went, it was even crazier. But we'll talk about that in another video. But that was the third transformative day for me. And it was just a couple of weeks ago. And I just with that, I know that I'm still on the right path and I'm still doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If this has any other meaning, I have no idea. I have no earthly idea that I don't want to read into it too much. I really don't. But if I could say to the guys who I know are not watching this video, they will never watch this video. Even if they started watching it, they have not gotten this far. Um, and I probably probably should have said it in the beginning rather than the end. But um, if I could say anything to the guys, it would be thank you for what you do. I'm sure they hear it time and time and time again. Well, guess what? You're going to hear it again. Okay, right now. Thank you for um, what you do, the sacrifices that you make, the time that you put into your art, the time and the care. It shows the with the results. I mean, it's just the quality. Like even for the songs that I don't really jive with, the quality is still there. The care is still there, and that's why I still respect the songs. Um, even if I don't even if they're not up there for me. So, I wanna say thank you for taking the chance, for being unapologetically yourselves, for not changing who you are, and for pushing through, pushing past the haters, saying, "Okay, you don't like us, fuck you, bye," like, move on. I mean, that in itself is inspirational. Just being your genuine selves is an inspiration to me because I'm very much a genuine person. How I treat one person is how I treat the next and the next and the next. I'm not going to treat anybody any type of special way because they are of a higher or a lower status because of their income, because of their background. No, we're all people. We're all human beings. We all have feelings. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. We all have our own trauma. We all have shit. We all have baggage. Like, none of us are special. We're all here on the same plane of existence trying to figure it out. So, just being your genuine selves in this fucked up world is so brave. It's so brave because we live in a world, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we live in a world where everybody's trying to conform and be the same. Yet we were born to be different. We were born to be different. And being different is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, anyway, I love being different. I love being unique. I love being awkward and quirky, and I love it. Um, and if people can't get behind that, if people don't like that because I am who I am, okay, bye. Like, I'm not gonna shed a single tear. But anyway, I digress. Um, thank you for being you. Thank you for your music. Thank you for everything. Never stop creating, never stop the grind. Take care of yourselves, please. Sleep, eat, be merry, have fun. Still young. But don't ever stop creating. This is your passion. Like, literally, it shows that you were born to do this. It's proof with the accolades, it's proof with the recognition that you're getting. It's proof from you having sold out stadiums for your tours, for your performances, the views that you get on your music videos. Like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, it is right there. Um, so never stop. Like, you are on your path too. So keep keep moving forward. Doesn't matter how slow you go, just don't stop. Anyway, I think that is gonna wrap it up for today. That is how I got into Stray Kids. I did say at the beginning of the video what to look forward to. I believe my next video is gonna be the reaction to Hollow. We're gonna be talking about that music video and breaking down the lyrics. Um, so please look forward to that. With that said, I um want to again thank you for coming to my channel, for giving me a chance and listening to me rap yap. I did a lot of rapping. Listening to me yap for nearly an hour. God. I swear to God, I have never talked this much in my life. I'm tired, Jesus. I'm tired. Um we're gonna get this video uploaded. Like, again, I'm probably at home right now shaking in my boots. But if you gave this video a chance, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, comment. If you want to turn on the notifications, turn on the notifications. You'll find out the next time I upload a video. With that said, please be safe out there. It is a crazy world, some crazy shit going on. I have no idea what's happening outside my home right now, but I just know it's crazy. It's crazy out there. So please be safe wherever you are. Have a good day, have a good night, good lunch, good shift. Just be safe, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.